Things are getting so bad under Rishi Sunak and Jeremy Hunt that in a surprising turn of events, Nigel Farage has come out in defense of Truss. Well, isn't it surprising, although we have to clarify that this is what we're going to show you. It's in the video that we have from Nigel Farage, is he's come out in defense of Truss to an extent in regards to her economic plans, not necessarily her leadership. This is actually about the last couple of days. There's been a lot of talks about Truss's intervention. She's come out publicly to express her views on how things are going and how things were happening under her leadership. Now, this is quite interesting because I'm going to show you the clip first and then we're going to react to what Nigel Farage had to say.
So after 3 months of silence, Liz Truss finally speaks a 4,000-word piece in today's Sunday Telegraph. And she's right to say that the left-wing establishment were completely against her and never gave her a chance. They don't want, you see, they don't want taxes down. They don't want the size of a state reduced. So much of what she says is right. She mentions the IMF. She mentions Joe Biden too. But actually, what she doesn't explain fully is why she put Jeremy Hunt in as Chancellor. This wasn't just a few left-wing big statists. This was a globalist coup. That is what happened. And now we're stuck with Hunt. And I can promise you, growth, you can forget it. Productivity, you can forget it. I do think, though, Liz Truss raises some very important points. And I have a certain degree of sympathy for it. Even if it was badly handled, even if it should have been trailed better, she was at least on the right track.
And actually, I must admit, I agree, because partly Liz Truss has been saying that essentially the globalist establishment didn't approve and they all came against her. But again, you also have to take responsibility as a senior, experienced, skillful politician to know how to play the game. Don't give him enough ammo on day one to bring you down. And that was the biggest problem. Everything from the Office of Budget Responsibility to the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, to Joe Biden as President of America, the whole shebang, it was just completely chaotically against her. But because she thought that it was time to do Hail Mary and to completely go rogue and ruthless. But if you're going to do that, do it with conviction. Don't make U-turns. Don't throw people under the bus, and don't cave into people essentially forcing you to put Jeremy Hunt in the job as Chancellor, because at the end it seemed like she was just a Prime Minister who was trying to do this. Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But you are the Prime Minister. Who was holding you back? Her hands were clearly tied, and she was basically told that you have to put Jeremy Hunt as Chancellor. Or what? Get rid of her? You already did get rid of her. The moment he came into Treasury, that was when the globalist coup was completed. And they were also very good at briefing the papers and the media just before she became Prime Minister. They were playing their dark arts as well with media. They were already spreading the news initially during the leadership race that Liz Truss is also a globalist stooge or a puppet, because they were preparing for the backlash, so that when the real globalist establishment come, you won't notice them. But people did notice, and people realized that she was actually going against the establishment, but she was just not good at it. She was weak and feeble. That was her problem. Otherwise, what she was saying was absolutely right. Someone better must come and say what she says. Let me know what you think. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.